Where is it? Ah? Oh, okay, one sec. Okay. I'm gonna show you this.
Show me this, Ange.
Oh, don't say I don't have it. How much does
that cost, though?
I know, I put it somewhere.
It's not got the price. Why has it not got the price?
Right, size.
That's annoyed me, that. People send you something, try and con you. What's the price on it?
Right.
Oh, he's...
Oh, where is it?
150, you've got a deal.
I don't know where it is, guys.
You've got a deal.
I wanted to prove to you that he did touch my leg.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I don't know where it is.
Desperation.
Taking care of Cal and the infant.
Oh, hurry up! I want to watch this! Hurry up, you fucking wench! We'll watch this for half an hour. Tell her to hurry up. Alex, text your missus. She fucking wishes. Oh, I touched her leg. Yeah, of course I fucking did. Yeah.
I can't find it. Oh, here, I got it.
You admitted to inviting
Tell him to come to me, guys. I want to show you something.
She invited me to stay the night. Why would I lie?
This is evidence that Luke did touch my leg.
This is evidence.
Right. And he fancies me.
Yeah. I've got sight. I'm a seeing man.
As you can see from Luke the Judge, associate gifting level, I'm watching Angie's clapper right now.
It was a...
I'll show you again. There you go. I'm watching Angie's clapper right now. So there you have it.
I've never seen it.
So before I met him, he was, well, God knows what he was doing behind this the screen here. But God knows. But obviously he was desperate to take me to the...
Listen, I'm bi-curious, not bi-fucking stupid.
All right? You know why?
Bi-curious. I'm not fucking bi-stupid.
There you have it. Because he's a pervert.
I've never seen the clapper.
In the passenger side, on the floor, and as he picked it up...
How's that proof?
Scraped my leg a little.
How's that proof?
Which he said was an accident. I think it was deliberate when you now look at the evidence behind
Apparently that's proof.
He was watching my clapper beforehand.
So, me saying that I've watched the clapper is me admitting that I touched your leg.
Okay, it's not proof that you actually touched my leg. I understand it's actually proof, but it is proof that you actually watched my clapper. You're getting turned on. God knows what you're doing. Don't tell me, guys. Oh, guys.
Tell her to come to me.
Stop it.
Tell her to come to me.
Anyway, God knows what you were doing while watching my clapper.
Fucking, what would I be doing? Throwing up. If I wanted to lose weight and throw up, then I'd fucking go and watch your clapper. To me.
Stop it.
Tell her to
anyway, God knows what you were doing while watching my clapper.
Fucking, what would I be doing? Throwing up. If I wanted to lose weight and throw up, then I'd fucking go and watch your clapper.
Well, but you did watch it. You got the evidence here. I'm watching Angie's clapper right now.
Angie, are you listening? What would I be doing? Throwing up. If I wanted to lose weight and throw up, then I'd fucking go and watch your clapper.
Well, but you did watch it. You got the evidence here. I'm watching Angie's clapper right now.
Angie, are you listening? I am bi-curious. I'm not bi-fucking stupid. Yeah? Just remember that. I've seen you scratch and sniff. I've watched you scratch and sniff. I've never watched your clapper.
Thank you, Julie.
Are you listening? I am bi-curious. I'm not bi-fucking stupid. Yeah? Just remember that.
It's bifocal.
I've seen you scratch and sniff. I've watched you scratch and sniff.
Oh, God!
Is this fake beef? Who with Shaz?
He's watched my scratch and sniff guys as well. How many times did he watch that?
Twice. I've seen you scratch and sniff. I've watched you scratch and sniff. She loves it.
Fake beef. Who with Shaz?
And there you go. Evidence that this man is
What's she laughing?
100% a pervert.
I'm a pervert. You did the scratch and sniff. How am I a pervert? Shit.
And there you go.
Does that mean all your people are also perverts as well? Because they watched it. Fucking thousands have seen your scratch and sniff. Does that mean your people are perverts as well? Pervert.
How many times did you watch it?
Twice, maybe 3 times, maybe 2.5 times.
The clapper.
Never seen the
What
clapper.
you're doing then?
Never ever seen the clapper. Never seen it. People are perverts as well.
How many times did you watch it?
Twice, maybe 3 times.
Honestly, get that shovel, Luke. Keep digging. Keep digging.
I'm honest, it's not digging. Never ever seen the clapper.
Why would you watch it twice? How many times did you watch it? Why would you watch it twice? Once is enough, is it not? But you watched it.
Because I was just making sure that you were having a fiddle over Alicia. I was just seeing, you definitely, because you denied it. You said it was your leg. Definitely wasn't your leg. You weren't sniffing the inside of your leg. You were yeah, I know what you were doing.
In the car as he went to get something. He says it was an accident.
You're a fucking liar. No hands exchanged.
Died.
I'm bi-curious, not bi-desperate. Sniffing the inside of your leg. You were yeah, I know what you were doing.
In the car as he went to get something. He says it was an accident.
You're a fucking liar. No hands exchanged. She's always fancied me. She has always fancied me. She told me once, this is no word of a lie, she told me not to put my glasses on and put my contact lenses in. Her and Eternity said go live and don't have your glasses on. Ask her about fucking that.
Twice. Unless you hadn't finished the job.
Ask her about her and Eternity telling me not to wear my glasses. Ask her to say what she said about my skin when she met me. She's a fucking liar.
Wasn't even around and involved in any of the clapper situation. I wasn't even on.
Oh, I bet you've got it. I bet you've got it on fucking DVD. I bet you've got it on rewind. You have, Alex Brigham. I bet you watch it every night having a tug. She said about my skin when she met me. She's a fucking liar.
Wasn't even.
I said Luke had good skin. And that doesn't mean anything, Luke. That's what I said.
Ask her about taking my glasses off.
And when I asked you to take my suitcases to the hotel, you did.
Yeah.
Yes. And you couldn't wait to get to the hotel, could you?
Oh, what a fucking liar.
He was literally
a fucking liar. Ask her what she said about
He was
taking my
literally
glasses
skipping
off.
to my bedroom, the pervert.
And you ginger wench. What did you say
And then he
about
phoned
my
Cockapoo
glasses?
thinking there was going to be some kind of threesome. You know, one on the phone, one on the
Oh, fuck that.
beard. I'm not going to lie. Strange.
Oh, my God.
That's exactly what happened.
You tell him about taking my glasses off. Ginger wench. What did you say
And then he
about
phoned
my
Cockapoo
glasses?
thinking there was going to be some kind of threesome. You know, one on the phone, one on the
Oh, fuck that.
beard. I'm not going to lie. Strange.
Oh, my God.
That's exactly what happened.
Go on. You tell him about taking my glasses off. See? What did you say about my glasses? Go on.
So basically, he was flirting with my friend.
Oh, fuck it off.
And we said to him, "Oh, can you, when you go live, can you take your glasses off, Luke? Because we think you look a bit exy and sexy without them."
She's
and he did
such
exactly
a
that. He
liar.
took his glasses off, and that was that. I don't think he's worn his glasses again, has he?
I fucking got them on now, you stupid
He took them
wench.
off because he's a pervert.
I'm a pervert. You invited me into your hotel room. You told me to stay the night. I'm a pervert. I ain't doing Clappergate. You're a pervert. Fucking got him on now, you stupid wench.
Because he's a pervert.
I'm a pervert. You invited me into your hotel room. You told me to stay the night. I'm a pervert.
Stay the night.
I ain't doing Clappergate. You're a pervert. Fucking got him on. Scratch and
Oh,
sniff.
that's not the. Oh, that's not the case, Luke, is it?
You wanted people to watch it. You knew what you were doing. You wanted people to see you in the shower. You wanted it. You know exactly what you were doing, pervert.
And you thought you got to control your hands. You got to control yourself,
would
and
be
you
fine
couldn't.
around you. My
So you
hands would
phoned
jump out the
Cockapoo.
fucking window.
That's exactly what happened.
Nothing wrong with
To
my
distract yourself, because I'm not being funny.
Oh, this woman can't tell the truth.
I'm
mate.
not being funny, but
You're not funny.
Well, you know the
can't
rest.
not be funny because you're not
That
fucking
kind of
funny.
happened. I'm not gonna lie. You could hardly see anything. You could hardly see anything, but it was like it was like a snail. A snail's head. You know, poking out from the other end. That's what it was like. Who's the perfect?
Right, I'm going to watch this for half an hour.
In a psychosis or
Fuck off, Scratch and Sniff.
look up things on a computer?
Yes.
And you aware that she
Guys, anyone sending populars, where are we? You're going to get pinned, thank you so much. Why is she laughing so hard at Andrew? Because she wants me. She always wants me. Angie has always wanted me. And Alex is jealous because she wants me and not him.
have some help, or is that in the same time frame that she was Googling all
22.
of the effects of medications on a human being?
Is it an objection?
Yes.
Yeah, sustained.
So during the period that she was Googling, well, let me ask you, what was she Googling?
Googling words about sociopaths, sociopathy. Can you treat a sociopath? What are hallucinations?
What else?
Bear with me one moment, if you don't mind.
Well, you had a chance to look at the Google searches that she had
Yes.
done that's in evidence, and the jurors were able to look at it.
Yes.
Did she continue to Google the effects of medication, psychosis, numbness, heaviness, unable to, things like that?
Yes. All things that are related to the
And
way
if
she
a
was
person
feeling.
is in a psychotic state, are they able to continue to Google and use a computer to look things up?
Yes.
They're able to use a phone?
Yes. People who are in that state can do things that they've done before. New tasks may be difficult, like changing a tire, but if you looked up things on the internet, you can look them up again. If you drove a car, you can drive a car.
Now, the morning of January 24th, I believe she went somewhere. Is that right?
Yes.
Where'd she go?
She's taken her daughter to a pediatrician, a standing pediatrician appointment.
And is it your understanding, to a reasonable degree of medical certainty, that a person who's in a psychotic state is able to drive a car for a short distance, go to an appointment, and interact and talk to people?
Yes, they can do everyday tasks of living.
So the fact that she's not talking about the unicorns in the corner, and she's not slurring her speech, and she's not unable to walk, to your opinion, to a reasonable degree of medical certainty, does that mean that she's not in a psychotic state?
It does not.
Would you tell us, after she took Cora to the doctors, and the jurors have had a chance to look at the exhibits, there's photographs between her and her husband, Pat, back and forth. In the afternoon, what did she do?
She built a snowman in the backyard
Did
with
she
two of her kids.
later in that day Google directions to a restaurant, 3V restaurant, I believe?
Yes.
Is that something that a person can do when they're in that type of a state?
Easily.
Did the
Yes.
voices or the intrusive thoughts, to your interview and your understanding, abate or stop at that point on January 24th?
No.
Did they continue?
Yes.
And did she communicate by text with her husband about getting dinner and getting something from CVS?
Yes.
And what was it? Was it Pedialex?
Pedialac or Flexlax, it's a stool softener for her child.
And that's something that was prescribed by the doctor, right?
Yes.
Does that make sense, that if somebody is in a state where they're having these symptoms, that they're able to remember that the doctor wanted the child to have Pedialex, and she tells her husband to get Pedialex?
Yes, it does not interfere with that type of everyday living.
She indicated to you, sir, that that evening after the husband had, oh, by the way, was it your understanding from talking to her that the husband had taken trips, gone away for weekends, gone on ski trips, had brunches with his friends, and was out of the house on a regular basis?
Yes.
That night is when the children were killed. Is that correct?
Yes.
And we've heard repeatedly about the circumstances of the going out the window and the weather and the damages and the injuries and going to the hospital. Doctor, based on your review of all of the medical records, did you administer any testing, by the way, to her? Like you were talking about psychological testing?
Yes.
And what were the psychological tests that you performed?
Initially, I did a mini mental status exam, MMSE. It's just a common test about orientation.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand that. NSE? What is that?
MMSE, mini mental status examination. Very common test.
Okay.
Demonstrating whether someone has a field of knowledge, who's the president, what direction should travel, and basic things like where are you, what day is today, who are you? And then I did another test as well.
What other test was that, sir?
That's the HARE Psychopathy Checklist, HARE.
What does that do?
That's a measure of antisocial personality disorder.
And do you have an opinion to a reasonable degree of medical certainty based upon the scale that you used to assess whether or not Lindsay Clancy had anti-personality disorder?
Yes.
What was the result?
The result is that she does not have any type of antisocial personality disorder, also known as sociopathy.
In addition to reviewing the medical records and testing and meeting with her, did you also interview third parties?
Yes.
Is that referred to in the psychology as collateral contacts?
Yes.
And you reviewed and interviewed a number of people in her family or friends or people in her social circle, is that correct?
Yes.
Can you tell the jurors, sir, to a reasonable degree? Well, let me ask you this. Are you familiar with Mass General Hospital doing a major research program on postpartum psychosis?
Yes.
And did they publish an article, a significant article, regarding the circumstances, symptomology, and things of that nature of postpartum psychosis?
Yes.
And would you agree, sir, that the symptoms of postpartum psychosis would be depression? Is that one?
Yes.
Did Lindsay, to your opinion, have depression?
Yes.
And were there indications from your review of the medical records that she felt low, flat, tearful, emotional, crying?
All of those things, yes.
Did she also express anxiety, feeling tense, nervousness?
All of those things, yes.
Did she also express feelings that she was withdrawn, not able to socialize with people, wanting to talk or be near others?
All of those things as well, yes.
Did she indicate that she felt tired, heavy, without energy?
Absolutely, yes.
Did she indicate that she was having a harder time taking care of her children?
Yes.
Did she indicate that she was having issues regarding personal hygiene, not bathing, things of that nature?
Yes.
Did she indicate that she had severe confusion in actually hearing or seeing things that aren't there? In her case, it would not be seeing, that would be visual hallucinations. But did she complain of hearing things that weren't there, hallucinations?
Yes.
Did she complain of thoughts and beliefs that were not within reality and that she was in a disassociated state, out of reality?
Yes.
Did she indicate that, did you observe that there were circumstances where she exhibited increased energy, activity, productivity, otherwise known as hypomania?
Yes.
Did she complain that she had racing thoughts, a quote, busy brain?
100,000 people watching this live now. 100,000 people in this room watching this now. Guys, anyone sending a popular? Where are we on the popular? Anyone sending a popular, you get a pin. Thank you for helping me out.
She would get confused and that she thought her brain was damaged.
Yes, that's correct.
Was she restless and agitated, unable to keep still?
Yes.
Unable to sleep?
Yes, extremely unable to sleep.
So can you tell this jury, sir, in your opinion, to a reasonable degree of medical certainty based upon all of what you have reviewed, all of what we have talked about, all of what you have considered, as to whether or not at the time of this incident resulting in the killing of these 3 little kids that she was suffering from a mental disease or defect, such as that she lost substantial capacity to appreciate the wrongfulness of her act, or in the disjunctive was unable to conform her conduct to the requirements of the law?
Yes.
Tell the jury what your opinion is, please.
My opinion is that she did have indeed a mental disease or defect. That's a legal construct, not a DSM-5 one, but she had bipolar disorder with postpartum psychoses. In addition, she was unable to conform her behaviors to the rule of law, and she had no appreciation for the wrongfulness of her act.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
All right, Kummel?
Now the prosecution goes. So there's it.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
So, yesterday, when you first took the stand, Attorney Reddington asked you a little bit about your background. Recall that?
Yes.
And you, in this field of being a psychologist and a forensic psychologist, you circulate a curriculum vitae where all that is outlined, right?
Yes.
And fair to say, you testified yesterday, and on your curriculum vitae, you speak briefly about the fact that you have previously testified for the Commonwealth, you said, as well as for the defense, correct?
Yes.
You referred to defendants and respondents, right?
Yes.
And so one of the things that you've done in the past is to be what's called a qualified examiner, right?
Yes.
You are currently not actively doing those examinations, are you?
I actually have done one, but I don't actively do that anymore.
Okay. And so in those respects, is that when you say you testify for the Commonwealth, is that primarily the work that you would do where you say you testify for the Commonwealth?
Yes.
And in those evaluations that you do, is it fair to say that you're actually an independent contractor with a company that contracts with the Department of Correction on those cases?
Those are what qualified examiners are. That's correct. That's how you become a qualified examiner through the DOC.
Right, and you're an examiner, a qualified examiner, is retained or takes work in doing evaluations in order to perform independent assessments, are they not?
Yes.
So they're not hired by the Commonwealth.
They are, because the company that retains the qualified examiners is hired by the Commonwealth, and these forensic psychologists are then appointed cases to do these types of examinations. So it's under the big umbrella of the Commonwealth.
So, yeah, big umbrella Commonwealth, meaning Department of Correction, an agency that is under the seal of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. But as far as when we talk about Commonwealth, like Commonwealth versus Lindsay Clancy, that's the prosecution. In those proceedings, the Department of Correction sometimes is the moving party, right?
Patrick.
Yes.
And sometimes it's the District Attorney's Office who's the moving party.
Yes.
But it's never the defendant who's the moving party.
Never.
And in those types of proceedings, sometimes if you opine a person is what they call sexually dangerous, you would testify for the Commonwealth, right?
Yes.
And if they're not, or if you find that they're not sexually dangerous, you'd testify for the respondent.
Yes, we're neutral.
So you're not
Testify with
testifying
the facts.
for the Commonwealth. You're, as in the prosecution, you're testifying under the big umbrella of the Commonwealth.
I think it's a matter of semantics, because if you do an evaluation and you render an opinion that this patient is sexually dangerous, when you testify, you are working with the district
Who
attorney's
thinks it was
office
Patrick?
and
Do a
you
poll.
review your case with the
Anyways,
DA.
who thinks it was
And
Patrick? Smiley face.
The way
yes,
I
sad
see it
face,
is that
no.
you're testifying for the
Smiley face, yes,
Commonwealth
sad
as
face,
an
no. Who thinks
independent
it was
examiner,
Patrick? Smiley face,
but
yes,
on that
sad face,
day,
no.
you're testifying for the Commonwealth or that DA's office.
And you haven't done that work in closely a decade, fair to say.
No, that's not true.
Well, pre-pandemic, correct?
That's not true.
So when was the last time you testified for the Commonwealth, meaning the prosecution, in an SDP proceeding?
So I was assigned a case through Suffolk County, the Sexual Dangerousness Unit,
She's trying
by
to discredit him. She's getting it
ADA,
wrong.
Kelly Ryan, Kelly. And I did that evaluation on July 2nd, 2026.
And have you testified at a probable cause hearing for that?
No, I wrote a report which was in lieu of testifying.
Where you opined that somebody was sexually dangerous?
Yes.
Okay. Fair to say, though, the majority of your work here in Massachusetts over the last few years is contracted with the Committee for Public Counsel Services, correct?
Yes.
And for the fiscal year of 2024, you were paid by CPCS in the open checkbook for approximately $340,000 worth of time and work.
That's about right. We get paid a fixed rate. It's a government rate that's assigned to all examiners.
And for the fiscal year of 2025, it was approximately $300,000 that you were paid through the Committee of Public Counsel Services.
That sounds about right.
You also indicated yesterday that you have known Attorney Reddington for a number of years, correct?
Yes.
Fair to say you've done quite a bit of work with him over the years?
Oh, she's trying to assassinate
That's an expansive
his
term,
character.
but
It
I
just
work with
requires
him.
a yes or a no.
Yes.
And you've also testified that you have your doctorate in clinical psychology, right?
This is what they're
Yes.
paid to do. This is
And
what she
you
has to
testified
do.
yesterday, or you told us a lot about
his job.
your military experience. But as you sit here today, you are not a prescriber
She's
of
doing a good
medications
job.
here in the Commonwealth, are
She's
you?
doing it. You may not like
I
her,
am
but
not.
she's doing her
You
job.
don't have a-
I was not yesterday either when I was asked about that.
Right. You told us all about your experience in the military and having that limited ability to prescribe years ago. But as far as you sit here today, and in your evaluations that you do today, you don't do forensic psychiatry evaluations, do you?
That's correct, but I just want to clarify for a point of accuracy. I was not in the military. I worked for the Department of State.
I believe I said your work with the military, but thank you.
You said work for the military.
So here in Massachusetts, you conduct primarily forensic
Well, does anyone send in populars
you
to
conduct
the
evaluations in
speaker?
forensic psychology, correct?
Yes, for the most part.
People are going, oh my gosh, she's real. She's doing her
And
job.
you
Her husband definitely shady.
are
for
aware
sure.
that there are particular standards for forensic psychologists working within the criminal justice system, right?
Yes, but just to be a little more clear, forensic psychologists such as myself also work for police departments doing evaluations for fitness for duty. So although they're law enforcement, they're not engaged or accused of any criminal activity.
Well, I'm referring to your role when you come into the court and you testify, as you are today, as a forensic psychologist. That's what I'm referring to. You're aware that there are particular standards in place by the ABA criminal justice, mental health standards is one of them, right? You're familiar with that?
Yes.
And you're familiar with the American Psychological Association specialty guidelines for forensic psychology?
Yes.
And fair to say that with those standards, they're not required, but people are encouraged to follow them, right?
I think that's fair to say.
And the criminal justice, the ABA criminal justice mental health standards actually identify the different types of roles that forensic evaluators have in the criminal justice system, including evaluating, consulting, and treating, right?
Yes.
And so, fair to say standard 7-1.3 indicates that for evaluative experts, the obligation is to make a thorough and impartial assessment based on sound evaluative methods to reach an objective opinion. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
And so, again, in the American Psychological Association Specialty Guidelines, section 1.02 indicates that forensic practitioners strive to be unbiased and impartial and avoid partisan presentations of unrepresentative, incomplete, or inaccurate evidence. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
Is that a standard you strive to follow?
Yes.
Okay.
Her job is to make him feel
In this
uneasy
case,
and fuck
you
up. That's her
indicated
job.
that you've been with the case since February 4th of the year 2023, correct?
Yes. 41 months.
And you've authored a report, you said, in June, I believe, of 2026, correct?
Yes.
But you've also offered
Thank
other reports or updates of the defendant's condition over the years. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
That's what I mean,
And
Heather.
you,
she's not meant to be like, she's meant to discredit him, but she's got two things wrong.
Provided
She's got two things wrong.
a report, an update, I should say, in July of 2025.
Yes.
Do you recall that? And in that report, you identify that as of
Her
July
job is
23rd,
to-
2025,
they believe
that the defendant was residing at Tewksbury Hospital. Do you recall that? Putting
Yes.
that
Her
in?
job is
Yes.
to get that.
And that there was a planned transfer to Worcester Recovery Hospital, or Worcester Recovery Center and Hospital. Do you recall writing that?
I don't know if it was a plan. It was a hope
flawless.
and a goal, but it was not a official plan.
Well, I can provide you with your report if you'd like to review, but it reads, currently, Ms. Clancy resides at Tewksbury Hospital with a planned transfer to Worcester Recovery Center and Hospital.
That sounds
sound
right.
right?
Yes.
Okay. And that she is presently medication stabilized and is in the process of discontinuing most, if not all, psychotropic medications, demonstrating an emerging capacity to stabilize without them.
I can't
Do you recall
comment
writing
on
that?
Yes.
So in July of 2025, it was your opinion that she was stable and she would be, hopefully, as you say, transferred to a different facility, correct?
Yes.
And you're aware that currently she's still at Tewksbury Hospital,
A lady
Yes.
that
and currently
underwrites
she's
the
still
children.
taking psychotropic
There's a lot of
medications.
things about
That's true,
her husband
yes.
that don't add up.
I think you also
Big up Mims. Mims, thank you
write
so
in that
much, Gillian.
report. We'll strike that. Going back to your most recent evaluation in June of 2026, you would agree with me
Don't like
that
those comments.
in an evaluation for criminal responsibility,
Savage
being a
dog.
forensic psychologist, it's really important to be as accurate as possible in your reports, correct?
Yes.
Do
You
think
want to
she's
make sure
doing a
you
job?
get the facts
And
right.
if 300 people
right?
don't vote,
Yes.
I'm turning it off.
Because
Smiley
your
face, she's doing a
evaluation is
good
not
job,
just
sad
based
face, she's
on
not.
what you learn from the individual you're evaluating, but
Smiley face,
also
she's
an
doing a good
independent
job, sad
review,
face, she's
an
doing
unbiased
awful.
review
If
of the
300 people
records
to vote on
of the
this floor,
facts.
I'm
Is
turning
that
it
fair to
off and we'll
say?
do my FYP.
Yes.
Okay. So in your report, you indicate that the period of evaluation that you had with this individual is approximately 45 hours. Do you
150
recall
people need to vote.
writing that and testifying about that yesterday?
I think I actually said I've met with her a total of
35
45
seconds, I
hours,
need 300
but the
people to
evaluation
vote.
was
Smiley face, she's doing a good
more than
job, sad face,
35
she's not.
hours, and I think it was 37 hours.
Okay. And you also said yesterday that in addition
80
to
more
that, you've
people
met
as
with
a
her
turn-off
several
from the
other
video
times
might
for
be-
a total of approximately 60
What do you
times
mean,
at
can't
least.
hear me?
Not 60 additional times, but in total, yes, since the court trial has started a few weeks back.
Okay. Is that
Guys,
typical
I
for
need
you to
50 more
spend
people
35
to vote in
hours
12
with a person
seconds.
that you're
Is she
evaluating?
doing a good job? Sad
It
face.
does happen, but it's not
Smiley
typical.
face, yes, sad face, no.
You also indicated yesterday that one of how you became involved in this case is Attorney Reddington called you and asked you to go check on the, I think you said mental well-being. Is that what your
Mental
testimony
health or mental well-being at the time of her admittance to Brigham and Women's
that better?
Hospital, which was roughly late January 2023.
And your first time there was February 4th, correct?
Yes.
Were you examining her
Do you
as
feel
a
that's better
potential
or worse?
patient at that point?
I was examining her as a colleague and friend of Attorney Reddington to see how she was faring. There was no predetermined notion whether I would be interested or willing or even offered the opportunity to take the case. I was just going to meet with her, given the fact that she was in a bed in ICU, locked to the bed frame, and no one was able to visit her.
So you went in to visit her?
Yes.
And when you went in to visit her, you indicated that she had recently been extubated in your testimony yesterday. You're aware from the review of the records that she was extubated on January 28th.
Yes. So the difference between January 28th and February 4th, I didn't know the date at that time, but I knew she was able to breathe on her own and express
And you're aware,
verbal language, yes, expressive language.
You're aware that she had been communicating with staff at the hospital, including psychiatrists, right?
I don't know if I knew at that time, but I knew she had been speaking with the doctors and staff,
Well, a
but
person
not specifically who it was.
A person who goes through major trauma and is at a hospital and has made suicidal attempts, in your opinion, it would behoove the hospital to have that person talk to a psychiatrist, correct?
Yes. Overall.
Yes.
Now, in addition to meeting with the staff and the psychiatry team, prior to your arrival, were you aware that she had an attorney that had came to visit her a few times? Not Mr. Reddington, but a different attorney.
Yes, I don't know how many times, but I am aware that there was an attorney, Gelb, who was somehow involved in the case.
Okay, so there was somebody that came in to see her prior to you coming in to see her.
Yes.
Now, you testified yesterday that you performed a mental status exam that day on February 4th. Do you recall that?
I do.
Where in your report or the previous report from July or your June report do you outline the results of your mental status exam?
There is none, because if someone's not capable of just explaining who they are, where they are, and if they're clear of mentation and thinking, then I'll meet with them. But if they're not, I won't. So it's a sine qua non. You do that just to make sure you can keep meeting with them and that they are able to understand what you're talking about. Standard practice.
But you indicated yesterday that she did know who she was, right?
Yes.
She didn't know where she was.
Yes.
But I believe your testimony was that she did remember what happened, but she was foggy as to what happened.
Yes, that's correct.
And she actually, according to your testimony yesterday, asked you for your phone or to access your phone to make a phone call. Is that correct?
Yes.
So she was able to communicate with you.
Yes.
She asked you for something and you clearly understood what she was asking for.
Yes.
And you indicated that she asked to call her husband, right?
Yes.
Had you spoken with her husband before that time?
I did not speak with him at that time. I didn't know him, and I had not spoken to him prior to that time.
So how'd you get the phone number to call him?
I did not have the phone number to call.
So she provided you with a phone number to dial so that she could call him on speakerphone, right?
Yes.
And she remembered the number?
Yes.
And so you indicated on that day, on February 4th, that she left a voicemail, right?
Yes.
So in that voicemail message, were you able to identify that it was Patrick Clancy's phone? Did it say, hey, this is Pat, leave a message, or something to that effect?
I don't remember the salutation from the voice recording, but there was no evidence that it was not Patrick Clancy.
And as far as her confidence in the number, she gave it to you with no issue, did she not?
That's correct.
She didn't have her own cell phone to refer to, did she?
That's correct.
Or a pad of paper where all the numbers were written down?
She didn't.
You indicated that she left a message. Do you recall what the message was?
She expressed her love for him, wanted to know how he was doing, and that was pretty much it.
And again, you said that you didn't write down what the mental status exam was, but the fact that she was able to relay that message, was it clear and coherent, what she was saying?
Yes, mental status exams are multiple levels. Different things are asked. If you don't know where you are, it doesn't mean you can't have a conversation with someone.
And she was able to have a conversation with you that day.
Yes.
Now, you said you went back on February 6th and met with her again, correct?
Yes.
And you guys made another attempt at calling Patrick.
Yes.
Again, did you remember the number?
No.
Did you have it stored in your phone?
No.
Did she provide you his phone number to call?
Well, it was in my phone. I could just look it up in my phone. I didn't write it down. I didn't enter his name. Either she gave it to me again, or I just looked it up from 2 days prior.
But you don't recall, as you sit here today, which it was, do you?
No.
And you didn't write a report about that interaction, did you?
I did not.
So in this second phone call, you were able to actually hear that she was talking with Patrick on the other end, right?
Yes.
And at that time, when you were now second time meeting with her and having this phone call, were you aware that she had already changed her healthcare proxy from Patrick to her parents?
I did not know that.
Did you talk to Patrick in between the 4th and the 6th to find out if he had tried to come in to visit her?
I didn't speak to him at all, so I knew nothing about what his plans or intentions were.
Your testimony yesterday was that she had called him to tell him that she loved him and to see where they were at, right?
Yes.
That was your testimony? Meaning what, their relationship?
That I made no interpretation of what that meant. She left the message, and we left it at that.
But in that subsequent conversation that you were a witness to where they were speaking on the phone and she told them about these voices or explained about the voices, did she ask about the kids?
She did not, as I recall.
I just want to watch this bit with him and then I'm going to do my FYP. So don't worry, we're still going to do FYP. Mods, anyone sending popular, I'd really like to get past certain people. Please pin them.
With Miss Clancy. How many times has she told you since the incident that she's heard a voice? Currently.
She has not heard voices since the event took place in 2023.
And you've now testified that over the course of a period of time that she did hear voices, right?
Yes.
And is that based on one of these 35 hours worth of conversations you had with her? How do you know that?
Well, they were collateral contacts. I spoke to other people who I asked the nature of their interactions.
Thank you, Kimmy. Thank you, Bobby. Kimmy and Bobby get pinned. Everyone give Kimmy and Bobby. That's because Patrick.
It was not a fishing expedition.
Was the voice.
I asked them if they
Who's
can
the
tell me
one
what
on the
happened.
stand? He's the medical doctor.
So they disclosed.
Well, no, he's a psychologist. I think.
So they disclosed information to me.
Oh, smash it
that
now.
Ms. Clancy shared that information with them.
So who did she tell that she had a voice that told her to kill herself?
She spoke to a chaplain named Sheila Kavanaugh, who I spoke with.
Big up TikTok shop. Get these people
and
pinned,
Chaplain
guys.
Kavanaugh told me that Ms. Clancy told her that she heard a male voice instructing her to
Bobby, Kimmy, thank you so much. Smashing it. How far we got? Big up, Rambo.
And then to kill herself.
So the same message that she delivered to Patrick that day on the phone, you heard from a chaplain at Brigham and Women's Hospital after the incident occurred in January of 2023?
Yes.
And so from all of the records that you reviewed of her treatment and all of the interviews with her family, who did she tell that she heard voices telling her to kill herself?
I believe she told family members.
Which family members?
I believe she may have said that to her mother. She, I believe, told her husband that she felt like killing herself as well.
In the records with the providers, you're aware, you've reviewed them all and you've sat through all of their testimony. You're aware that when she described intrusive thoughts, she never referred to them as a voice telling her to kill herself, did she?
No, she was referring to.
It's just a yes or no.
No.
So as far as her reports of these intrusive thoughts that appear over and over in the notes, you would agree that it was simply, when asked about what they were, it was simply that she felt like she wanted to die.
Thank you so much,
right?
Joe. That's his voice.
Yes,
You all think it was
and
Patrick's voice.
It's just a yes or no.
Yes.
Naomi, thank you so
Now,
much.
in your report,
It's hard to come
you
off
go
it.
through
She's so
what's
rude.
called the sources of information.
Lock
You're
her
familiar
up.
with that part? It's pretty
Patrick is
standard in
guilty.
a
Patrick's
forensic
voice.
report, right?
Yes.
Sit
Where you
down.
list all of the things that you've
Patrick's voice.
gone through and
She's so rude.
reviewed
She's not meant
in
to be nice. She's
compiling the
prosecution.
information for your report.
So in my sources of information, I reviewed the following, but that list is not limited to the following. So there might be other pieces of information that I may have reviewed, but didn't put in the list.
Okay, so not on the list are the Tewksbury Hospital records that you said you reviewed recently, correct?
Yes, the 7,000 pages of those hospital notes, I didn't review all of them at the time of the report.
Did you review records from the Spalding Rehab Facility?
Yes.
That's not contained, though, in your list, in your report, is it?
I don't think it is.
And you don't cite to any of the Spalding Rehab records in your report coming to your ultimate conclusions, do you?
I do not.
And how about the women and infant records? Did you list that in your sources of information section?
I do not. She was there for 1 day.
Okay, but you've testified about that, right?
Yes.
Did you review them at all?
Yes.
And as far as the McLean records, you don't list the McLean records as a source of information in your report, do you?
I did not, but I did review them.
Now, you've described, and you describe in your report, that you believe that Ms. Clancy was hypomanic, right?
Yes.
And I believe you testified to some extent, and you've written in your report that you identify her as euphoric, excessively energetic for 3 months postpartum. Do you remember writing that in your report?
Yes.
That you note that she exercised early, right?
Yes.
But you're aware that she exercised pretty frequently before birth
Yes.
and while pregnant with Callan.
And while post-pregnancy with her children as well, yes.
So it was part of her routine, fair to say, right?
It's part of everyday living. Things sometimes change when you have a baby, and a few weeks later, if you're still doing the same exercise, it's sometimes a reflection of something other than committed to fitness.
And you identify what you refer to as a marketing scam, being that Beachbody business, right?
Yes.
But you're aware that that's a series of workouts and a line of nutritional shakes and exercise plans that millions of people engage in across the country.
Yes.
So it's not a scam. It's just a way of
That's
a lifestyle choice.
If you do something for marketing and you lose all your money and there's no effort to get that back, it's a scam.
Yeah. You've asked them, you can kind of figure out what its definition is, so.
Did she tell you she lost money with the Beachbody?
Yes.
When was that?
It was summer of 2022 after her third child was born.
No, when did she tell you that she lost money?
I don't recall that.
And is it in your report?
It may be, but I'm not sure.
Well, I have it with me, or do you have it up there? Can you look and point to me where she told you, at what point she told you she lost money in this endeavor?
I don't know where it is. If it's here, it didn't seem relevant whether she lost money in a scam after her child was born.
Well,
In terms of the big picture of what we're here for today.
You've described it as a scam because you said she lost money. So wouldn't it be important to know if she actually lost money?
I don't really think so.
Okay. You also identify the 5-mile race that she completed. Was it a 5-mile race or a 5K race?
Well, it I wasn't sure which it was. I was told initially it was a 5-mile race. After my report was submitted, it may have been, with reflection, a 5K race.
And you've sat in the courtroom each and every day of this trial, so you've heard all the testimony about the evidence, right?
Actually, I've not been here every day, but I've been here most days, yes.
You're also aware that prior to the kids being born, that she considered herself a runner.
Yes.
Right? She had a treadmill at her house. She went to the gym and used the treadmill. She ran other races.
Yes.
Lucy, you sorted that thing for me yet, you wench?
Now, in your report, you indicate that part of
120,000 people.
the timeline of her medication and her decline is the September time period where she was prescribed the Zoloft, right?
Yes.
And you indicate that she had reported, and it's reflected in the records, that she increased the Zoloft, and that's when she couldn't sleep for 48 hours straight, right?
Yes.
And you're aware of what the instructions were, having reviewed everything in this case, what the pill bottle said as far as the plan for the Zoloft?
I'm not sure specifically the incremental plan to go from 25 milligrams to 50 milligrams of Zoloft.
She's got big feet, she has.
Well, I have the bottle, exhibit number 2, sertraline, that's Zoloft, right? Brand name Zoloft?
Yes.
It says take 1 oral tablet once a day for 1 week, then increase to 2 tablets daily thereafter.
Fucking
Right.
feet are huge.
Right. That's 25 milligrams to 50 milligrams.
You wouldn't want her to drop kick.
And again, having been the majority of this trial, you aware that there were 30 in that prescription and 23 left in the bottle when they were inventoried.
Yes.
And those are pills that were in Patrick Clancy's possession at the time of these events in January. You're aware, right?
Yes, I believe they were in the middle console on the lower part of
Thank you, Marie.
his truck.
Thank you, Marie.
The lower part of the middle console in his truck.
So if there's only 7 pills missing from a prescription that requires the person to take a particular dosage for 1 week or 7 days, how did she double the dose?
Well, sometimes when you are given medication, you may have medication of the same exact dosage and the same exact medication another time, and you therefore may have pills that you didn't take the previous month or the month before that, and sometimes people just finish what they've had before and before they go on to the most current dose. So I am aware of what you're referring to, but I don't know if there are other bottles there that she may have had medication still in those pill bottles.
Well, I'm looking at exhibit number 1, a record from CVS Pharmacy, which all of these bottles are from. And the only time a prescription for sertraline is filled is on September 15th, 2022 for 30 pills. You aware of that?
Yes?
So there's no prior prescription for sertraline, is there?
I don't think so.
Now, in your report, you also refer
she's got him
to
on this one, you know.
1129.
I think she's got him on
And
this
your
one.
report on page 8, paragraph 2 says on 1129, Paula Gelada. Is that supposed to be Rebecca Gelada?
Yes.
Okay. So it also says that she prescribed Seroquel to treat Ms. Clancy's anxiety, depressed and unstable mood, and psychotic symptoms of dissociation and derealization. Where is that in Rebecca Gelada's record that that's why she prescribed Seroquel?
I'm not sure.
And in fact, you were present when Ms. Gelada testified and said that she prescribed it at 25 milligrams for insomnia, not for anxiety, depression, unstable mood, or psychotic symptoms. Did she not?
It's used off-label. It's sometimes medications are made for many things. Sometimes they're used off-label, not for what they're prescribed for. So that's a medication that is used for sleeping, although it's an antipsychotic.
You're aware from reviewing the records and hearing testimony that that initial prescription was for a 25 milligram dose, correct?
Yes.
I know you're not a prescriber, but you're aware that a dose for treatment of bipolar is significantly higher than 25 milligrams.
Yes.
Now, you've described in your testimony in this court repeated auditory hallucinations about wanting to kill herself or that she should kill herself and that she is damaged or her brain is damaged, right?
That's correct.
Now, did you have a conversation with her in one of these 35 hours about that particular voice or thought or belief?
So when I meet with Ms. Clancy, it's not as if I have one conversation on one of the 35 hours. To have thoroughness and exactitude, one does what we call intra-rater reliability. In other words, over the period of time, to confirm what someone says to you to help endorse the veracity or accuracy of that, you'll ask that question in a multitude of different ways. So I don't just ask once, did you hear a voice on that day? I ask in different ways over time, and her answers pretty much remain the same.
So when you quote in your report, when questioned about the nature and content of these horrible thoughts, Ms. Clancy stated, quote, like a really bad and intrusive thought that I didn't feel like it was mine, telling me I should kill myself, your brain is damaged, you're never going to get better, end quote. Where does the quote come from?
Where does the quote come from?
Right.
She had said that to me.
To you, at some point.
Yes.
Okay. And this is well after the incident occurred, correct?
Well,
yes.
And you reviewed all the records to know that she did not endorse that she was hearing a voice to any of her providers between September and January 23rd of 2023.
So when someone...
Yes or no, sir?
That's a difficult question to say yes or no from, because sometimes if someone says something that's inaccurate, it's not an affirmatory or a negative response. That's misleading.
My question to you, though, was where in the records from September to January 23rd or 2022 did she tell any of the providers she saw that she heard a voice telling her to kill herself?
It's not in the records.
Okay. And you're aware that she has spoken to several forensic psychiatrists and psychologists over the course of this case, right? Not just yourself.
Yes, she spoke to 3 retained experts in
come on, no matter what you say, Claire, that
10th
should have been put in.
and
He's
April
just said
12th
it's not
of
in the records,
2026.
that's quite a big thing.
And then on June 12th of 2026, 1,172 days after I initially met with her, then 1,1220 days after I met with her. That's the 3rd examiner.
Well, you're aware that you're referring to Dr. Halpern, Dr. Mack, and Dr. Satoff, correct?
4 minutes, we're going to start the FYP.
You're aware that she also spoke with Dr. Resnick and Dr. Spinelli well before that.
On May 5th of 2023, approximately 90 days more or less later. Yes.
And you're also aware, sir, that she never told Dr. Resnick in a recorded interview, nor Dr. Halpern, Dr. Mack, or Dr. Satoff that she heard.
Rule pull.
Sustained.
Your testimony is that she told you that she heard this voice. Fair to say she identified to you that it was her own voice that she heard, correct?
That's not correct.
Not correct.
So she told you that she heard a male's voice?
That's correct.
When?
On the night of the incident, January 24th, 2023.
No, I'm referring to the fact that you've now testified that she heard this, as you call it, a persistent what's the word you use? Persecutorial voice over the course of time? Was that your testimony?
So you're referring to the ongoing negative voices or intrusive thoughts that she was hearing,
Right.
where she felt, in fact, other people could hear those voices, thought broadcasting. So there are multiple layers here of hearing intrusive thoughts.
So, but I'm
hearing voices so loud that she believed other people could hear her. Those are two separate phenomena, if you will.
in those voices that you're saying she told you she heard about wanting to die or to kill herself or her brain was damaged prior to January 24th of 2023. Did she say it was her own voice she could hear? It was her own thoughts.
But Lolly, my darling, the prosecution doesn't believe she did lose her mind. They believe she's lying and she unalived her children. You know what I mean? Look at Chris Watts. You know, I understand fully mental health, and I can't understand from her point of view because I've never been in that situation. But the prosecution believe she did it, and they have to do everything to get her convicted. That's what a trial is.
Heard by others, right?
Yes, it's a matter of, and it's a level of.
Luke.
Yes.
I've put a reconstruction up on me story of what actually happens in the bedroom from a woman who's completely credible source, and that's what's changed Miss Red's mind, so she fully believes that Lindsay's innocent. Now, bun you, cockapoo, bun you.
Cockapoo.
She keeps trying to get everyone to say that Lindsay's guilty, you know, of that murder over the past couple of days.
Cockapoo believes. I'm on the side more of Cockapoo. I've got to be honest.
How dare you?
But I am. Yeah.
What?
I'm on the side. I'm sort of leaning towards what Cockapoo's saying. I am. Yeah.
Has she been in here spouting her shit in this box about my Lindsay? No.
She ain't said anything.
Okay. Alright.
I am sort of. I do understand where Cockapoo's coming from.
Wow. Okay. Go on.
I'm not.
See you later.
I'm not a judge in this case.
Sense.
Now, in your report, you also indicate that, in your testimony, you indicated that on January 5th of 2023, that's when Miss Clancy was discharged from McLean Hospital, and I
keep wanting to do me fucking FYP, Miss Red, but this is too interesting. Right, come on now. Everyone send in popular gifts. Let's go. Get your heart, me. Share the live.
indicated Klonopin, correct?
We're falling behind. Where are we on the popular?
And your report says
Seroquel
and Klonopin. You recall that?
Yes.
You're aware that based on the medication journal that is in evidence that she hadn't taken Klonopin since November 27th of 2022.
She had a prescription for that, and I think she may have taken some, but may not have been on a regular basis.
62.
You've seen
the top six. Let's go.
Pages of her journal to know that she was pretty diligent about saying exactly what she took on
anyone
each
sending a
particular
popular
day,
gets pinned.
leading up to her
Anyone,
stay
let's
at
go.
McLean
No
and after.
FYP.
Yes.
We'll do FYP. But I'm just too entranced in this. Nico, thank you. Denise, thank you. Hello, the Queen.
Now, kind of sticking with these medications for a second, you have testified, I think this was yesterday, you testified that you were familiar that after Dawson's birth that she had sought some medication, correct?
Yes.
And I believe you testified yesterday that she was on trazodone, but in fact, she was prescribed Zoloft after Dawson.
Yes.
And reported she did never take it,
That's
right?
correct. So after my testimony, I reviewed that, and I confabulated the trazodone with another medication, the Zoloft.
And again, you've talked a lot about that the medications that she was taking, the different medications, didn't provide her with any sort of relief. So it's important to know the different medications she was taking and what the reactions were, right?
Patricia, thank you for pinning everyone.
I don't know if I talked a lot about it. I was asked questions. I answered them honestly. They didn't provide relief. I would agree with that. Provide relief. I would agree with that. And that was the whole point of her seeking help.
In her history, whether it be medication history, a social history, a family history, those are all important things overall for you to look at and examine when coming to
Smiley face the prosecution's winning.
For everyone, yes, of course.
Sad
So
face
it's
the
important
defense.
to be accurate when you are
Smiley face
recalling
the
or reporting that
prosecution.
information.
As much
Sad
as possible
face
as
the
one can be.
defense.
Yes, that's
Go.
true.
And
Go.
as far as the medication goes, I think you testified yesterday that she also took medication in nursing school, correct?
Yes, she did.
And having met with her as many times as you did and reviewing all these records, you're aware that those were in fact Prozac, Wellbutrin, and Propanol that she took in nursing school.
Smiley face the
That's correct. That was
prosecution,
for her
sad
what's
face
called
the defense.
glossophobia,
1.2k, let's go. I want to see you active.
OLLOSPHOBIA. It's fear of public speaking. Most common fear for Americans. 85% of Americans have public speaking phobia. Pretty commonplace. But yes, those are the medications that she took while she was in
1.2k and only
school
200
to go
people are
through the
voting. Let's
program.
go.
But that's
Monty,
not
if
what
they're
you
not
testified
voting,
to
go
yesterday.
through, just mute
I
them.
think I mentioned
Not a free
one
poll,
or two
go mute
medications
them.
she had taken through.
Smiley face the prosecution, sad face the defense.
And you also mentioned today in your testimony, you were asked about the date of December 15th. And I believe your testimony was that's the day she went to Women and Infants. Is
I
that
believe
correct?
so, yes.
Would it, if I show you the record, is it fair to say she didn't go to Women and Infants on the 15th, but it was actually December 20th?
Right. I believe she went to the Mass General Hospital ER on the 15th.
And you said in your testimony today that at the Mass General ER, she did not get any help. Do you recall that testimony?
She declined admission to...
Right, I'll start the video again. Smiley face the prosecution, sad face the defense. Who's winning? Who's winning? Smiley face prosecution, sad face defense. Pick up, Lottie. Smiley face the prosecution, sad face the defense. Come on, 1k people, let's go. So, come on, come on.
Hey, that's nice.
There we go.
To the Women and Infants, again, after you review the records, you're aware that a referral had been made to her well before her visit to the ER on the 15th for that same program.
I believe so.
Now, you've indicated in your testimony that it's your opinion that her diagnosis is bipolar disorder with psychotic symptoms, correct?
Yes.
And fair to say, you've reviewed, prior to your report, you had reviewed Dr. Resnick's report.
I'm not...
I'm not going to lie, I just want to get past Brigham. Big up, Lou. Lou, get pinned. I just want to get past Brigham. Let's go. Share the live out, tap the screen, send your heart me. Any populars get pinned. Lou, thank you so much. I followed you back, Lou. Oh, they've had to cut it for some reason. Big up Denise. Paula, thank you so much. Paula, big up Paula. Wendy, thank you. Is it a sidebar? Need to go and talk to the judge. Something's been said. Joe, big up Joe. Joe, get pinned. Irish Maria, Lynette, Riri. Pin everyone that's sending the populars. I'll try and follow them back. Thank you, Paula. Thank you, Lou. Thank you, the Queen. Looks like I'm going to be on longer than what I said.
Big up, Denise. Thank you, guys. Smashing it. Just get me past Brigham. Sorry, everyone. I'm a beg. I'm putting in the hours. Is this an hour? Well, I'll do my FYP when they have lunch. Big up, Donna. Big up, Sabrina.
Go ahead, counsel.
So the question, I believe, was, did you review a report of Dr. Resnick in
Big up, Jackie. Hello, Jackie.
all your sources of information and before you came to a conclusion about diagnosis?
No, I did not.
Well,
Mate, you're smashing it. Donna, Stacey, thank you so much. Donna! Big up, Donna. Big up, Riri. Big up, Jackie. Timing that the pills were found on Patrick, his evidence don't add up. That's true. I was thinking that my fucking self. How far are we off Brigham? Donna, get a pin. Donna, thank you so much, my darling. I followed you back. Respect to you, Donna. He's reading something. I've got to stay on longer than I wanted to now because I've got to do 20k off Brigham. Let's go.
sorry.
We could do that in taps and shares. Big up, Kirsty. The body temperature as well. I don't know about that. That's
On
why I'm
page
going to
4
watch
of
this
your
tonight.
report, where you
1 second.
Do you know what I'm thinking about doing on a Saturday night? Big up, Riri. Big up, get pinned. Do you know what I'm thinking about doing on a Saturday night? I'm thinking about doing on a Saturday night at 9 o'clock. Like watching documentaries, like watching Making of a Murderer review and watching like these different documentaries. I really want to do that. I don't know yet.
of Philip J. Resnick from 9/27/24, do you not?
I do.
And so
Do you think
that's
so?
something
Would you watch
review.
it? You would do
I
it?
didn't draw my opinion.
That wasn't the question, sir.
Well,
Right. Hold on. Ask the question again. Go ahead.
I need to speak to Bert and find out about how I can do it not to get banned. I might do it on my backup account. I'll do it on my backup account. Do you know what? We'll start Sunday night. We'll do one episode on Sunday night. And if it goes all right and I do okay, if it goes all right, I'll do it every night next week. Sidebar again. Big up, Donna. Big up, Donna. Donna, thank you. So we'll start with Making of a...
So the question, sir, is did you review Dr. Resnick's report prior to authoring your report or coming to your conclusions about diagnosis?
I reviewed part of that
Big
report.
up, Marie! Moody! Marie!
Bruised.
Big up, Marie! Free her.
I did not.
I don't know about that. I'm not
review
sure
all
about
of
that.
report from Dr. Resnick or Dr. Spinelli, for that matter.
Okay. Now, in talking about your review of records, you indicated that there are several thousand pages of Tewksbury Hospital records, correct?
7,001 page.
And did you review all of those?
I would say I looked through them, but I did not read every word on every page. They do have a tendency to hang together and are replicative as well.
Were you aware that on May 26, 2023, that the defendant was observed by staff in a note stating that she was visible along the unit hallways, self-propelling her wheelchair with her one-to-one staff, that she had a visit with her mother who brought dinner for her, they ate and played games during the visit? Are you aware of that?
On May 26th.
May 26th of 2023.
May 23. So 3 years ago and a few months? I don't know that. I don't remember.
That would have been approximately 4 months after the incident and on the date of
Donna, big up everyone.
Right?
Yes, but you asked if I remember that event, and I don't.
This is too.
You don't?
This is too.
Or you do?
It's very addictive.
I don't remember that she was seen. She was seen with her mother on that day, who brought food, and she was seen using a wheelchair to travel
big
down
up
the hallway.
Kay, where you been?
If I tell you that was
Emma,
read
big up
from
Mod,
page
pin his
176 of
name,
the
Key.
Tewkesbury Hospital records, would you agree with that?
I would.
I
not
haven't.
doubt that.
This is the first time, Hazel.
And on December 24th of 2023, were you aware that the defendant was observed at Tewkesbury, monitored on one-to-one for safety, that she accepted medication, meals, and snacks, she spent time in the TV room or sitting outside her room, utilizing phone, and visited with family? Do you recall that, reading that note on page 613 of the Tewkesbury records?
Of 2023?
Yes.
Honestly, I don't.
And that would have been Cora's birthday.
Okay.
But would you agree with me that if I read that from page 613 in the records, that that would be within that 7,001 page of the record?
I would not doubt that.
How about on January 24th, 2024, where she's observed in a note from Tewkesbury State Hospital on page 674, saying, where the note reads, patient was visible in the milieu, engageable with both staff and select peers. Patient accepted select medications as her baseline. That she was pleasant during interactions, self-propelling in wheelchair in the halls, spending much of the morning and early afternoon in her room and hall on her electronics. Do you recall reading that record?
Not specifically.
And January 24th, 2024 would have been the year anniversary of the incident, correct?
Yes.
But if I read from page 674, you would agree with me that that's part of the Tewkesbury record?
Yes, I believe it's part of the record.
And on May 26th of 2024, from page 922 of the Tewkesbury record, patient monitored one-to-one for safety. She's been monitored for high suicide risks, accepted medication, says BFK, and snacks. She spent some time in the TV room or sitting outside her room utilizing phone. Would you agree that that's a fair reading of page 922?
I have no reason to doubt that.
Okay, and that she's also observed on that same day, visible on the unit while utilizing her phone outside her room, was able to make her needs known appropriately. Patient was observed playing dominoes with peers in the TV room. That was later in the day on May 26, 2024, which would have been Callan's second birthday.
I would believe that that record's probably accurate. I don't remember.
Big up Adam, big up Shazzy.
How about on
13K to take over
page 1229 of the Tewkesbury record, where it's noted that she was visible in the unit, attended startup/coffee group, assisted with she was assisted with ADLs as needed. She was in safe behavioral control for the duration of the shift. And that later it reads, patient visible in the hallways, seated in her wheelchair outside her bedroom, using her cell phone, pleasant upon approach, social with select peers. That would have been on September 30th, 2024, which would have been Dawson's 5th birthday. Do you recall reviewing that in the record?
Not off the top of my head, but I have no reason to doubt that it's not an accurate record.
December 24th, 2024, page 1442 of the Tewksbury records.
She's shaking her head.
It says the patient was visible on the unit utilizing her phone. Her parents were in to visit and they brought dinner with them. Patient accepted medications and fluids. Patient in good behavioral control, maintaining safety. No SIB noted or reported. What do you have reason to doubt that that's on page 1442 of the Tewksbury record?
I have no reason to doubt
She's
that
writing
that's
something
not
down.
an accurate reflection of what took place that day.
And what's SIB?
Self-injurious behavior.
And so December 24th, 2024, that would have been Cora's 7th birthday, right?
I don't think
Yes.
I don't think the
January
prosecution's
24th,
winning. Sorry, she's got 3
25.
things fucking wrong. She couldn't even get a fucking back.
From page
Marie, big up Marie, your mum.
1514 of
Thank
the
you,
Tewksbury
Denise.
records, where it reads inpatient treatment goal, to work on my mental health and to feel better. It says she participated in morning ADL routine with staff assistance. Patient was visible on the milieu at times in the hallway utilizing her phone. No SIB has been reported this shift. Does that, do you have any reason to doubt that that's contained on page 1514?
I have no reason to doubt that.
And a further observations on that day were that the patient was visible on the unit, she was social with select staff and peers, and also seen utilizing her phone. Her parents were in to visit and brought her dinner, and they brought dinner with them. That was, again, on January 24th, 2025, which would have been the second anniversary of this incident, correct?
Yes.
May 26, 2025, page 1782 of the Tewksbury records. It says, she did not engage in any SIB. She was visited by her parents this shift. She attended startup group and watched TV. That would have been on May 26, 2025, which would have been Callan's 3rd birthday. Do you have any reason to doubt that in the record?
I have no reason to doubt that.
And on September 30th, 2025 of the Tewksbury record on page 2056 reads, patient was visible in the hallway using her phone. No SIB or behavioral issues observed or reported. Do you have any doubt? Do you have reason to doubt that that is an accurate read of page 2056?
I have no reason to doubt that that's not accurate.
And that would have been September 30th, which would have been Dawson's 6th birthday, right?
Yes.
And on December 24th of 2025, page 76 of the patient notes in the Tewksbury Hospital records, it reads, ate breakfast, refused lunch, took snacks, utilizing phone, assisted with ADLs, spent some time in the TV room, attended PT, resting in bed after lunch. Do you have any reason to doubt that is contained within the Tewksbury records on page 76?
No.
And December 24th would have been Cora's 8th birthday, correct?
Yes.
And on page 152 of the Tewksbury records, January 24th, 2026, of this year. Patient observed for safety, assess mental status, encourage safe behavioral control, monitoring for abrupt behavior change and attempt to prevent escalation or self-harm, encourage patient to participate in groups. But that on this particular day, she was also observed compliant with meds, ate breakfast, participated in coffee group, visible in the hallway utilizing her phone, later visited with parents, and had an early lunch. That was on January 24th of 2026. Do you have any reason to doubt that's within the records?
No.
And that she was later observed to not have any SIB or behavioral issues, again on January 24th, 2026. Do you have any reason to doubt that's contained within the Tewksbury records?
No. No.
And again, you reviewed or looked at some of them, but not every one of these. But these are already currently in evidence, correct?
Yes.
We are 14k away from Alex. 14k. Guys, heart me's, if you can't afford to give, reshare the live, tap the votes. We're 14k away from Alex Brigham. 14k. We're not even done our fucking FYP yet. Mods, pin every single person sending the populars. It's not her job to understand mental health. It's not her job to understand mental health. It's her job to get a conviction on what she believes is the truth. And they believe what they believe.
And
the
Dr.
police
Zeisel,
believe,
as
what
far as the
CPS believe
records
in the
that
United States,
I
which I
just
can't
read
remember what it's
in,
called. They believe
do
she
you
did
know
it. It's
if,
not her job.
in those
Joe, with the
records
treasure
indicates that she
boxes,
slept
go!
well on all of those occasions?
And that's the sad fact. It's not her job to. They believe that she did this.
Well, you would agree
Patricia,
that
thank you.
noting
that,
her
Patricia?
sleeping habits based on this particular individual's
sending
history
a
would be an
rose.
important
Patricia,
thing
you take
for
the piss out of
the
me.
hospital to monitor, correct?
I would
Patricia
agree
just
with
sent me a rose. District Attorney, they decide whether to go forward with it or not.
In this particular case, well, let me ask you, are you familiar with the concept of confirmation bias?
Of course.
And fair to say, it's pretty prevalent in most areas of science and forensic psychology and psychiatry, correct?
Fucking hell, he's gone 17k up, he must be battling.
Work and life.
And as far as confirmation bias for psychiatry or providers, it's fair to say that clinicians are warned that they may lean towards or support their own theories and overlook contradictory evidence.
Do you like the prosecution? Smiley face, yes, sad face, no.
Again, in forensic psychology,
Smiley
the goal
face, yes,
is
sad
to
face, no.
give
Do you like the
an
prosecution?
objective opinion, right?
Yes, the facts come to you. You don't go.
I'm going to do some poll. I'm going to do some treasure boxes.
And there's a danger for clinicians and forensic psychologists of quickly forming an initial diagnosis before having all the information, correct?
Yes.
And that confirmation bias accounts for the fact that a lot of times people, clinicians and providers will cling to diagnoses and interpret subsequent information in light of that kind of already perceived idea. Is that fair to say?
They cling, I just want to make sure I understand what you're saying. They cling to a diagnosis?
Well, once a diagnosis is reached, they cling to that diagnosis when interpreting subsequent information.
Oh, big up everyone sending everything. Come on, guys, come on. 17k to get past Alex.
But you would agree that in practice of forensic psychology that it's important not to do that, right?
Particularly with the guidelines of criminal responsibility,
She's so rude.
don't need a diagnosis.
Her job's not to be liked, her job's to get the truth.
But diagnoses are helpful in understanding whether the person was suffering from this legal construct of a mental disease or defect, correct?
That's fair to say.
And it's fairly accepted in the field that if somebody has a disorder or a diagnosed mental illness, that they then in turn suffer from a mental disease
they
or
believe
defect.
she did it. Big up, Lindell. They don't believe that.
Or
they believe she did it. It's as simple as that.
Or could, because you can have a phobia.
It's a very, very heartbreaking, horrible case to even be fucking
If you're afraid to
covering.
jump out of airplanes, it can make you ineffective and have a defect or a disease. So yes, it could.
Ask you to keep your voice up.
Yes, Your Honor. So it could,
Each
but it
side
doesn't
has
always
to
have
present
to.
their case. She's going hard in to make him slip up. Her job is to make him slip
And
up.
you're aware
Her
of
job
the
is to make him
danger,
look like a
this
liar.
idea of confirmation bias, of having multiple relationships and conflicts in this type of work, correct?
Yes.
And that's why it's important not to be treating somebody as a patient when you're also evaluating them for this type of legal issue, right?
Of course, you cannot be the therapist and the examiner. The therapist is an advocate. The examiner looks for the truth.
And do you recall in this case submitting recommendations to the court in November of 2025 about the defendant regarding accommodations for her?
We're only 15k behind
I know in
now.
general, but
17 a second
I don't
ago.
know
Right, get your
specifically
treasure
what those
boxes, get your
accommodation
fucking
requests
heartbeats
were.
in.
I can't remember
There you
them.
go.
But you
Smashing it
wrote,
now.
you authored and signed a letter dated November 13th, 2025 to the court, correct?
Yes, but I'm saying I don't remember specifically what those recommendations were. I know I did that.
I'm not asking you that. I'm just asking if you wrote the letter.
Thank you,
Hold on.
Paula.
Just ask a question. Doctor, if you listen to the question.
Yes, sir.
I'm asking if you wrote the letter, sir.
Yes.
And in that letter, you refer to providing essential clinical findings regarding the transportation of my patient, Lindsay Clancy. Do you recall writing that?
Yes.
And so, at various points throughout over the years of this case, you have referred to it as your patient, have you not?
I wouldn't be, I think, able to define her as something else. She was a patient who I did a forensic evaluation of.
Well, she is a
Well,
patient.
you referred to the court, outside of this evaluation you're testifying about, to her as your patient in this letter from November 13th of 2025.
Right, I evaluated Ms.
you all enough.
Clancy,
Thank you.
who was a patient. If I evaluated her, then she's my patient,
Yeah, that's true.
as she is other doctors' patients at Tewksbury and other places that she's been at.
Kate, big up, Kate. Thank you,
But
my
you call
darling.
her my patient in the letter.
Well, she's a patient. She is his patient.
I wrote
If you've
the
done an
letter.
evaluation on her, she's a patient.
Whose patient would I be referring to?
Mate, listen, we're
If I'm
7k
speaking about
away
Ms.
from
Clancy,
Alex now.
given
7k.
that she's my
See?
patient, yes,
See,
I
we're
wrote
smashing
she's
it.
my
7k
patient.
away
That's
from
correct.
Alex.
And you're aware
we're
of,
getting
again,
past
the
Levi as
APA
well.
guidelines on forensic psychology, where it warns therapeutic forensic role conflicts. Providing forensic and therapeutic psychological
She's
services
reaching
to the
now.
same individual
Fucking
involves multiple
reaching. She's getting
relationships
silly
that may
now.
impair objectivity and or cause exploitation or other harm. You're aware of that, section 4.02?
Yes.
And in this particular case, since the beginning, you've appeared regularly in court hearings, right?
Yes.
You've appeared with Attorney Reddington at arraignment proceedings,
At his request, yes.
both here and at Tewksbury State Hospital, where you were sitting next to the defendant.
Yes.
And you also, on February 8th of 2023, participated in a news conference, did you not?
Yes.
It was outside the courthouse here.
Yes.
And you gave an interview with the
Big up,
Daily News,
Patricia, but
where you commented on the
Patricia,
I just
do
made
it
a
all on
comment,
your
that's
own.
correct.
Big up, Patricia!
At this time, Your Honor, I'd like to play a clip of the news conference, please.
Mr. Reddington?
Why not?
All right.
Big up, let's go! Oh, big up Patricia, big up Hannah, big up High Priestess, Kate! Get pinned, High Priestess, now. Smashing it. But what's going on now? Are they on a break now? Big up Jelly Tots! Jelly Tots, get pinned, thank you so much. Are they on a break now? No. The fuck's this? Oh, she's showing. I get it. She's reaching. I know, Patricia. Oh, I can't hear it. Turn it up. Big up, everyone. Thank you, Lulu. Hello, my jellyfish. I love jellyfish. Big up, jellyfish. Thank you so much. Big up, Kate. Kate. Enough. Thank you so much. Kate, get pinned again. Kate's always been here. Can't hear it. No point playing it. You can't fucking hear it. Big up, Lainey, for the rose.
Telling you to do things that are malevolent, and you believe those voices that are telling you you need to follow what they say, that's when things go downhill behaviorally, psychiatrically, and familially. And that's what we see in the most tragic of cases, where individuals who could be healthy and normal, and quite frankly, because they're paranoid and worried about what others think, they hold back on what they share. And in some cases throughout the country and the world, these are people who one day will be functioning well, but because they have the onset of command hallucinations, which they adhere to, and they believe the voice that they have to do something,
So, sir, on December 8th of 2023, when you provided that your observations, you had met with the defendant on 2 occasions, correct?
I believe 3 occasions.
Okay. Had you any of the records that have been presented in the course of this trial?
No.
Any of the records that are listed in your sources of information?
No.
And as you sit here and testify today, you've testified to the same conclusions, correct?
What I said was individuals like that present this way. I was not referring to Ms. Clancy. I said individuals who have these symptoms, like the ones I clarified, present that way. That was not an assessment of Ms.
Pick up,
Clancy.
everyone's smashing it now.
That was an assessment of people who go through
I don't
major
understand.
mental health
Right, guys,
crises.
there's 1.1k and 800
But as you said here today, you've talked
treasure
about the fact that she had delusional thinking, the fact that she had command hallucinations, the fact that she believed that these voices and that she was paranoid and worried. You've consistently testified about that throughout the course of yesterday and today, correct?
So
it's a yes or no.
You make it impossible to answer that question.
30k to take misread. That's a lot.
In addition to, well, you testified today that
jelly top.
A person in a psychotic state can do things they've done before, but it might be hard for them to do new tasks, right?
Yes.
So if it's something that is part of their daily life, getting up, caring for the kids, feeding, making a meal, driving a car, those are things that people do every day, and a lot of times don't even have to think about, right?
Big up, Natasha. Natasha, thank you.
No, thank you necessary.
You might take red.
But you're
automatic response.
You're aware that on this particular day of this incident, on January 24th of 2023, that the defendant took Cora to the doctors, right?
I know, yes. Lisa.
And you indicated in your testimony today that it was for a regular checkup, but in your report you identified that it was for a stomach ache, right?
Yes, she had a stomach ache.
But in addition to maybe her having a stomach ache, she had previously had this visit scheduled, and you're aware of that now, correct?
Yes.
5k to take DG, big up Natasha.
At the doctor, there was a recommendation made for an over-the-counter medication, right?
Yes.
And the defendant was able to process that information, take it back with her, and then later, not immediately after the visit, but later in the day, search for where to get that medication, right?
Psychosis doesn't lower your intellectual functioning, so you can do all those things.
Well, that wasn't my question. My question was, did she do those things?
Yes, so that's correct.
Okay. And would you've talked a lot about that a person can operate as normally as they can, but fair to say, if you're in a psychotic state, that person themselves has a significant amount of distress, right?
Yes.
And that in order to mask those symptoms, it requires an enormous amount of control, does it not?
It depends on the level and the extremism of the psychotic processing. So some people will hear voices that are nominal, they whisper. Some people hear voices that are yelling and screaming. So it's on a range, it's a continuum. So the more upsetting, more powerful, demanding the voice, the more difficult it might be to resist it and do other things. The less, the easier it is.
In all of the time between September of 2022 and January 23rd of 2023, at any point in which the defendant heard these voices about harming herself, she didn't act on them then, did she?
That's correct, yes. She did not act on those. She sought help instead.
Thank you so much for the heart, Hannah. Hannah Luce, thank you so much, Get Pinned. Thank you, smashing it for me.
One moment, please. Your Honor, I would move to admit the recording played as the next exhibit.
Oh, another recording.
The
to try and
recording that
catch
was
him out.
played, I move to enter it as the next exhibit, please.
That may be admitted.
Another recording to catch him out. It won't work, wench.
I can find it. Here it is.
Thank you. 284.
Thank you.
I have no further questions at this time.
Let's talk about confirmation.
Can I sit down, please?
Hold on. But Ms. Buckingham,
Thank you.
have a seat.
Confirmation bias. In the field of forensics, interfaces, science and the law, trial of cases, hiring experts, having people give an opinion that a jury is going to listen to. Confirmation bias means that the individual might want to help out the person that they're testifying for. Is that right?
It can be, yes.
So in other words, if you have a shooting case and you're a ballistics guy, and without the ballistics showing that the defendant's gun shot the victim, the government has no case. They may send an email to that witness and say, hey, I really need your help here. And that might influence them, right?
Yes.
Now you got involved with this case, as you indicated, out of my request, obviously.
Yes.
Compassion.
Correct.
The fact you had a young lady that was literally in extreme condition, emotionally, physically, you went to speak with her, correct?
I did, yes.
Do you care for her?
I do.
And is that a violation of the canon of ethics for professionals like you if you care for your patient?
Not at all. Within the ethical standards, it's also noted to do an appropriate and meaningful forensic evaluation. It's strongly suggested you develop empathy and rapport. And when you have those two psychological constructs, you get more information from the respondent. You do not cherry pick the information. You include warts and all in your report. That avoids confirmatory bias, and you avoid confirmatory bias by also not looking at conclusions that other examiners come up with when they render their opinions.
What's this woman doing here? Dictating this guy on the phone. She looks like she's holding a
You do it by yourself.
doctor's oath.
How many times did you see her?
So it's Leo. Oh.
At the time that my report was
No, right about now.
60 times.
How many hours have you put in sitting with Lindsay?
Fucking hell, with 3K off DG. Big up everyone.
More than that,
number 6.
roughly.
Thank you, everyone.
And you have all of that information that you have brought here
She is
today.
doing script.
That's in yes.
Fucking shite at it, Tony.
Is that correct?
Yes.
What's anyone sending the pot?
Are you
He's pinning down and
confirmed
smashing
bias?
it.
Are you not telling the truth
It's a
just to
dictum
help
sheet for
Lindsay out? Or
taking
is
notes.
this your
Okay.
opinion based upon your review of the records, your interview of her, whether or not you care for her or not?
Overruled. Overruled.
I am telling the truth. She
Yeah. You can re-ask that question. That answer will be stricken.
So you can't tell someone you're telling the truth and say that's up to the jury to decide. Your opinion is based upon all of the times that you met with Lindsay, right?
Yes.
All of the documents that you've reviewed, all of this, all the exhibits, everything. You're aware of it, right?
Yes, as well as collateral contacts.
And in the course of your treatment and evaluation of her, one of the things the DA asked you about is the request that we brought to the court for accommodations. You recall that question from her?
Yes.
And is it your understanding that the request that we had seeking help from the judge was that she not be chained to a van when she's brought into this courthouse
Objection.
No,
for a 5-week trial?
Yes, from Tewksbury to Plymouth.
And her medical condition with her paralysis and all of the rest of the bodily functions that you lose, that's a concern, isn't that right?
Very much so, yes.
And we also had to have the help of nurses that would be available in the event that there was any type of emergency issue, correct? That we had to ask of the
no,
court.
overruled.
Yes, they're here every day.
So, confirmation bias. Can you tell this jury, is your opinion based upon money? Maybe you like me, maybe you want to help her, or is that based to your best ability as a professional of many, many years?
Yes. Confirmation bias is coming up with a conclusion before you reach an opinion. It's in Latin as tabula rasa, a blank
lady that fucking annoys
slate.
me.
You draw no conclusion. The conclusion
Don't start
finds
arguing,
you.
for fuck's sake, you've been as good as gold.
And if you don't do that, you are at risk of having confirmation bias.
I'm going to ask you a
Luke,
hypothetical.
don't do it. Don't do it, you'll get slandered all over TikTok. Don't do it,
Yes.
Luke, the judge.
Within your
Quiet.
understanding as an expert of confirmation
Keep
bias.
fucking quiet, Luke.
Let's say hypothetically that a young woman is involved in an incident such as this that results in the death of her
Right, guys, we've fallen back down the popular by 800 points. Mods, anyone sending the populars, anyone pin them straight away. Get your heart me's in, get your shares in. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
homicide.
Big up Patricia. Patricia, thank you so much, darling.
And the incident occurred on
How much does it
January
take past
24th,
What we got?
2023.
18, 60, 70, 80.
And it's not until
30K to fucking hell. Big up Tracy. Big up Jules. Big up, man.
2026 that the district attorney's office hires 3 doctors.
They should wear microphones. This is annoying.
Sidebar?
It's a lot. Space Cadets. Oh, what's going on now? Sidebar. Sidebar. Get in the. Oh, sidebar. Could I get a cheeky pin? Of course you can. What is it to get to Miss P? 12K to get to Miss P. Get her. Big up. Thank you. And thank you. Zoe, thank you, my darling. Big up K. K. Big up K. Get him, Kev. Who's Kev? Big up AJ. Hello. Remington has had enough of this woman. Oh, you're all funny as fuck. Lisa, big up. Big up GP. Lunchtime, I think, fam. No, when it's lunchtime, I'm going to do my FYP. If it's not fucking too long. What's a sidebar where they have to go in and talk to the judge, which can't be made privy to the jury or anyone else, so they have to go and have a chat with the judge. She shouts it more out. Big up. Thank you for the populars. Thank you, everyone. Amy, thank you. I don't really know what's going on. Sassy, thank you, my darling. She's getting told off. I hope so. They sack her on the spot. I think she's innocent. I'll do the poll. I'll ask you people, do you think she's innocent? Smiley face yes, sad face no. Please vote honestly. I'm going to ask one more time so you know, right? Mods, if they're not voting, they don't need to be in here. They're not even doing a free poll. Do you think she's